Hi, my name is Mads, and I'm gonna show you how to integrate Wwise into Unity 5. So, the first thing we need to do is to go to Wwise's homepage and go to their download page and go down to Wwise integration here and go over to Go. And in this case, we want the Windows version since we're gonna export for Windows and work on Windows. Now next you need to go in and make a Wwise project. And I just started one out, integrate Wwise in Unity. And let's just try it out with a random sound. So I'll just take this WAV file here and drag it in. Yes. And create a quick event from it. So now we need a sound bank in order to move the audio into Unity. So let's go into sound banks, right click, new child, sound bank. Just name it main. Now we need to switch over to the sound bank view. So go up to layouts and click sound bank. Now this is your sound bank view. If you click the plus here, you'll see all the sound banks you have in your project. This time we only have this one, so let's just click this on. Now whenever you start out building your first bank, remember to go into user settings, override project sound bank settings, and click generate header file. Now we also need to click on Windows and English. But before generating the sound bank, we need the event we just created. So go into events, click out, and find this play event you just made, drag it in the lower region, and here you can see it's included in our sound bank. So now you can click generate. Now next we need to go into Unity. So let's open up Unity and just name it something, create project. So hopefully your download is ready now. So let's go in and find it. Normally you would import assets by going into assets and import package, custom package. But in this case, you can also just find the file and double click it, and it will automatically import itself. In this case, we just need to import everything. Now, after importing the package, it will ask you for the Wwise project. And then just navigate to wherever you put the Wwise project. If you don't know where your Wwise project is, or where it automatically saves it, you can just go into Wwise, go into your audio file, right click on the audio, and go down to open containing folder. So when you've added the Wwise project, just make sure that these two options are clicked on. And press start installation. So you'll now notice a new window has appeared, Wwise Picker. And that's a link to our project. So first of all, the bank needs to be placed in the streaming assets, audio, and generated sound banks. So right click that and open in Explorer. Next, we just need to navigate to the Wwise folder and find the folder called generated sound banks. That folder contains everything we need. You just copy that, go into your generated sound bank in Unity, and just paste it. Now in many cases you would just put the entire Wwise project inside the Unity assets folder. But since there are some limitations to how much space you can store on, for example, GitHub, I recommend having the project somewhere else and then just move the sound bank every time you have an update. So now we have the sound bank inside Unity. So let's just go into the Wwise Picker and start by putting in a sound bank into the project. So let's create an empty game object and drag the bank from there up on our game object. So now Unity imports all the sound onto its memory. So how do we use it? Let's just start by making a cube and let it fall, and whenever it hits the ground, the sound appears. And let's make a plane. Click the cube and navigate into your event folder in the Wwise Picker where you have this event. Take the event and drag it onto the cube. Now you notice some scripts appears on the cube. As we need the cube to fall, just add a rigid body and change it from kinematic and use gravity. Now, the AK ambient decides when it's gonna start. So if it's on start, it's gonna start right away. So let's take that off and make it trigger on AK trigger collision enter. That means that when it hits the ground, it triggers. And let's try it out. Now, if your Unity project is collaborating with someone who has a Mac, you have to go in and download this Mac OS Wwise Unity integration in order for him to actually run the project. Thanks for watching.